What's up, you beauties? Welcome to another HW Hockey Breaking News Special Edition. And today we're talking breaking news out of Winnipeg as we dive into some hot trade speculation centered around one of the best college hockey players right now, Rutger McGroarty. I'm Jim Icavone here with all the latest buzz from around the NHL. It's the week before the NHL draft, and trade rumors are swirling. And at the center of it all is none other than Rutger McGroarty. First, let's take a look at McGroarty and his player profile brought to you by DobberProspects.com. McGroarty is a highly skilled, competitive, versatile forward who can play on the wing and center. He does lack speed, but he needs to improve his overall skating. He has the size, the strength, and leadership qualities to go along with the scoring ability and hockey IQ to develop into a reliable two-way top six forward that will contribute on both the power play and penalty kill. At just 20 years old, McGroarty's already made a name for himself with impressive stats and work ethic that coaches and teammates rave about up at Michigan University. But why is he suddenly the subject of trade rumors? According to Elliotte Friedman of the 32 Thoughts podcast, he suggested that the Jets are in a bit of a dilemma as McGroarty's family advisor and the Winnipeg Jets are currently not speaking. If you're a Philadelphia Flyers fan, this situation might sound all too familiar. So you might remember McGroarty decided to return to Michigan for his junior season just a few months back. And even then, I think it was fair to speculate that McGroarty may have had a desire to play elsewhere, as usually when a player decides to go back to school. And, McGroarty's a kid that he's ready to come out. He's ready for the next level. Like he's I don't want to say he's too good for college, but you just know sometimes when a guy's ready to take the next step. So it was a little odd that he decided to go back for his junior season at Michigan. So let's get into this, guy. So what are some potential trade scenarios? Here are a few teams that I think could be in the mix or maybe should be in the mix. And that first team is the Chicago Blackhawks. I know everybody hates to hear that after, some of the stuff the organization's been through. They were able to draft Connor Bedard with the first overall pick at last year's NHL draft. But the Blackhawks are somewhat close, I think, right now in Chicago, Illinois, obviously. So sort of a Midwestern type of team there, rebuilding. Maybe McGroarty fits the timeline out there. You get your top line left wing to play with Bedard, something like that. Unfortunately, he could be a perfect fit there. And then the other team I have here is the Detroit Red Wings. They're from Michigan. They're right next door, and Detroit's kind of adding pieces to compete and accelerate their rebuild now. I think McGroarty's a player that can be both. He's a guy that can maybe help them out now, and obviously he'd be a nice piece for the future for Detroit. Of course, I'm not sure what Winnipeg's looking for in return. I'm not sure what they're going to do up there. They were very close this year. I thought they were a team that could have competed for the Stanley Cup. Unfortunately, they bowed out a little bit early in the playoffs. But what direction are they going in? Or do they still want to acquire high end talent? Or are they going to start tearing things down a little bit? If they want to acquire high end talent, maybe a team like the Flyers are in play. The Travis Konechny is eligible to be re-signed, I think as early as next week. So can the Flyers afford him? Does he want too much money? Is he a name that could be, in a trade where Rutger McGroarty comes back the other way? We'll see. The Flyers do need left wingers. Joel Farabee's name has been rumored to be out there. Is he enough to bring back a McGroarty? I don't know. Of course, all this is just speculation at this point. But if there's one thing that we know about the NHL, it's that anything can happen. And this is the week to do it. The week before the draft, the days leading up to the draft, it's going to get a little silly with some of the rumors. Teams start leaking stuff this time of year. As I mentioned, Flyers fans kind of know this scenario all too well. It's interesting, though, that the Flyers were able to keep the Cutter Gauthier stuff sort of under wraps, whereas the McGroarty stuff in Winnipeg's kind of been leaked the week leading up to the draft. It's just interesting. I think from the Flyers perspective, they didn't want this getting out so that they could get the highest value possible for Gauthier. And I'm interested to see if now this news coming out a week before the draft could potentially hinder any trades for McGroarty for Winnipeg at this point. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting to see. Let's hear from you guys, though. What do you think about the Rutger McGroarty trade rumors? Which team do you think should make a move for him? What would be a fair trade? Let's check the comments real quick before we move on. Ride or sell me. His family advisor and the Jets are not talking. Exactly. Where have we heard this before? And who was best friends and line mates with Rutger on the U.S. National Development Team? Yeah, so that's a little scary there from a Flyers perspective. Do they want to acquire McGroarty knowing that Cutter Gauthier has that sort of influence potentially, So maybe not a guy the Flyers want to look for there. Maybe Anaheim makes sense. They send him to go play with his buddy. Ty Shelton chiming in. Wasn't there talks with Philly and Winnipeg at the deadline, or was that all rumors? I don't quite remember, to tell you the truth. So maybe there is something there. Maybe McGroarty is a guy that was discussed. I don't know. But we'll see. It's the same scenario as Gauthier. Is it possible that he would want to play for the Flyers? I'm not sure, but just him being friends with Gauthier, I don't know if it scares off most Flyers fans, but it would give me an uneasy feeling. So interesting stuff there. Thanks for the insight, guys. So for everybody else who's watching now, or maybe is going to watch this video throughout the day, throughout the week, drop your thoughts in the comments below, and we'll make sure to bring these up on our weekly show every Wednesday night with Jack. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more hockey updates and analysis. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is Jim Icavone signing off, and we'll see you guys next time.